Hello my friends, this is Jeannie. Welcome to week 1 of the CC Designs collab with Gracie21. As I posted in my introduction video last week, this is a 4-week collaboration where 4 ladies from different crafty channels here on YouTube will be making projects featuring whatever CC design items they have in their stash. The 4 ladies who are participating in this particular collaboration are Grace, who is Gracie21, Tina, who is Crafty Bean, Sybil, who is Sybil B, and myself. All 4 channels will be linked down below in the information bar so that you can go ahead, follow the link, and visit these other ladies and check out their projects. For my first week, I decided to make some tags, and I'll quickly show you what one of the tags looks like. I can actually show you both because they're very similar. Here's tag number 2. I think they turned out really cute, and I'll walk you through the products that I used and maybe give you some tips along the way on some of the products that I used, and talk a little bit about the process. So yeah, the first thing I want to show you is the stamp itself. This little cutie is called Rainy Day Brigida. When I tell you she has been in my stash forever, she truly has been. She's probably one of the first CC Designs stamps that I picked up. These two are actually, that's why they're paired together, because when I got them in, I put them together. These are the first 2 that I picked up. I have used Nymph Lucy in prior challenges, but this is the first time I'm using Rainy Day Brigida, which seemed fitting because it is pouring out here in East Northport. So what I did was I stamped that cutie on some watercolor paper. I stamped multiple images, so if I messed up, which I'm prone to do, I had others on standby. And sometimes, you know, when you're coloring different stamps or different versions of the same stamp, you love how the hair turned out in one but not in the other, or maybe you love how the skin turned out in one but love the hair better in another. I am not I am not above paper piecing these little cuties together. If I like the hair in one image, I just fussy cut both images and I start chopping up those images. So I might have, you know, the face from one, the hair from another, the umbrella from... I have been known to Frankenstein some of my projects together, and the end result is always cute. So always do multiple colors of the same image, and if you like just different pieces of different images, paper piece them together. That's what I do. Turns out okay. To color the image, I did use my Zig Clean Color Real Brush markers. I love these. I am not an expert colorist, especially not watercolors, so this is pretty foolproof. I love that. Also used my Dilutions ink sprays in Rose Quartz. I love these things, but super messy. Peony Blush, Pure Sunshine, and Bubblegum Pink. How messy are these, you might be asking? So messy that when I use them, I have a special box that I kind of, Frankensteined together. I took a box that I received from Amazon and cut it up and created a bit of a shield that I put around my station to protect all of the items around here as I spray, because the spray is wicked, and while you do have some control over the sprays as they come out, you don't have absolute control, and sometimes the burst of spray that comes out can be tiny or it can be really wide. So definitely take some steps to protect what's going on around your craft table, or else you're going to have to spend even more time cleaning up afterwards. Now, for those who struggle with color combinations and what are warm colors, what are cool colors, because we all know if you mix warm colors and cool colors, you risk creating mud. The way that I deal with constantly having to remind myself these are cool colors, these are warm colors, and I shouldn't mix them, is that I just mark my bottles. Yeah, so all of my warm colors have a piece of red tape on them, and all of my cool colors have a piece of yellow tape. So when I'm pulling colors off my shelf, instead of having to worry about, well, what are the cool colors, what are the warm colors, is this cool, is this warm, I just look to the back of the bottles. I make sure that all of my bottles for the colors that I am using have matching tape. If they have matching tape, I'm okay. I will not create mud. So that's my solution with dealing with the risk of creating mud using these sprays. There is a list online. If you do a quick little Google search, I think it's just what were the search terms I put in? What are just some random search? It was like, I think, what are the list of cool colors for dilutions and list of warm colors for dilutions, and I just follow the list and mark the bottles that way, because Lord knows, cool, warm, I don't know. I also use this Tattered Angels spray. I wanted some glimmer, some shine in my project. This doesn't have a name, or if it does, I certainly don't see it, and I don't have the original packaging anymore. But this leaves behind a beautiful yellow glittery color. Love this. I picked that up at, you guessed it, Tuesday morning. The ink I used is the Rangers Archival ink. I love this ink. It's my new favorite ink. And then finally, because I was using a tag and I knew that I wanted to alter the hole at the top of the tag, so that it matched the paper I use for my project, I had this cute little hole punch that punches the rings, or the rings for the holes at the top of the tag. I got this off Amazon, and I think I did a quick little search that was something like hole punch, page reinforcer hole punch, like some random search like that. This popped up. And I love, love, love this. If you work with tags a lot, I would encourage you to get this. It was relatively inexpensive. It was under, I think, I'm Amazon Prime, so it was under $7 and free shipping. You probably can find something comparable. It doesn't have to be Amazon, but it works really, really well. It cuts through some really thick paper, and you get to customize the little ring holes on the top of your tags. So using all of those products is how I created this cutie. Oh, I didn't mention the paper. The paper is part of the Petite Floral collection by Recollections. It's the Petite Floral paper pad. It's a 12 by 12 double-sided paper pad that I purchased a little bit ago. That's where I got this background paper from. And this sentiment, as well as this sentiment right here, are from the Tim Holtz Small Talk sentiment pad that I also picked up at Tuesday morning, but I know for a fact that you can find it here online in just about any crafty store. So let's talk a little bit about the process. I didn't film a process video just because sometimes, you know how it is, you start crafting and you just don't even think to do things like turn your camera on. You just want to craft and not think about it. That's what I did here. I started with the tag, and what I did with the tag is I first gave it a little spritz of water. Ooh, don't do that. You'll spritz yourself in the face. Spritz, spritz, spritz. And then I went through and just started applying different colors, moving the tags up and down, swishing them side to side, using my paper towel to dab off some of the areas that I thought were getting too dark or weren't looking quite right. And, you know, playing around like that for about, I don't know, 5 minutes or so, I was able to create the background of both tags. And I let that dry. Who am I kidding? I don't have the patience to let it dry. What I did was I took my heat gun and I dried it because I wanted it done right away. After the Dilutions ink was dried, I then went through with my sparkle here from Tattered Angels and sprayed the entire tag so I can get tons of sparkle. I don't know if the camera's going to pick up the sparkle. Probably not. Why would it? But it's there because I love the sparkle. After that was done, I used my die cutting machine. I didn't mention that. I used a die cut. You see the little stitching on the hillside that she's sitting on? That is a lawn fawn stitch hillside border. I did mention in my first video that I will be pulling in other items from my stash, only because I don't have tons of CC designs. I do have stamps, but I don't have anything in terms of paper, ribbons, embellishments of that kind. And I do have a couple of dies, but I don't have anything that would cut something like a stitch hillside border, and that's what I wanted. So I still follow the rules. CC Designs right there. But sticking to what I said in my first video, I am pulling in some other items from my stash. I layered up my hillside. I used the pattern paper, and behind the pattern paper I used the solid paper. That's a good way for adding dimension to make it seem like there's something going on around her. I didn't want to cover too much of the orangey background, so but I did want the card to have a little bit of depth. So I think a good way to create depth is by putting the illusion of a shadow or something going on behind the image that's in the forefront. In this case, I have my hill in the front, and I put just the darker cardstock in the back to create like the illusion of another hill behind her. So it does lend a little bit of dimension to the project. I also popped up the image a tiny bit, not too much. I didn't want crazy dimension, but I did add, you can probably see it a little bit there, maybe not. I did add some foam tape to her to pop her up. So once she was adhered, I then went through with my little punch and punched out a tab that matched the papers that I was using, glued that on, and adhered everything, popped her up, added my little sentiment. You can look at the sentiment and see that it does have some distress ink on the edges. You all know I can't live without my distress inks. I really do need my distress inks. So I distressed the sentiment. Excuse me, I'm losing my voice. And then I turned around and distressed the tag itself. Once all was said and done, I went in with some clear embellishment dots, and I added them to my tag to kind of create the illusion of raindrops. These were gifted to me. They're no particular name brand. It's just a cute little bag of these clear dots. Let's see, can I find it? Let's see. No, of course not, because I put it away. I'm so neurotic. I try to get into the practice of cleaning up once I'm done, and sometimes I clean up a little too quickly. Looks like I put it away. But we've all seen these before. You can get them just about anywhere. If you have Nouveau crystal drops, which I also had, you can use those. But these were close at hand, and these are something that have been sitting on my desk because I have been wanting to use them for a little while, so I went with that. So that is the entire tag, my friends, and I made 2 of them. Similar in terms of coloring, but a little different. Hair colors different, dress colors different. Skin tones are a little different. I was experimenting with my Zig markers, and I think they turned out really cute. Now what I did was I added some of this tutu trim at the top of the tag just to add some movement, because I did feel like this is really rigid. I wanted some movement, something soft and something texture like on the tag. You know me, I love my texture, so I added this tutu trim at the top. The back of the card has my information and the date that I created it. So this is my project share for you, my friends. I hope you enjoy them as much as I enjoyed making them. What I'm going to do is now give them away. Yeah. I decided that instead of adding these to my crafty vault, I'll go ahead and give them away to those who have taken the time to sit and watch my video. To be entered into this giveaway, all you need to do is be a subscriber and leave a comment down below where you just express your interest in receiving the tags. Just something like, please enter me, or yes, I would like to win the tag. Something just to let me know that you would like to be entered into the drawing for these particular tags. I will open this up to US and international subscribers. And I'm probably going to add an extra goodie or two to the package. I recently made a purchase from MC Beads, I believe is the name of the YouTube channel. I will link it down below. I was watching a video of hers and she mentioned that she had an Etsy shop. I always try to support fellow crafters here on YouTube by watching their videos and leaving comments. If I learn that you also have an Etsy shop, I always try to visit the Etsy shop and see if perhaps there's something I can purchase to help support the shop. MC Beads recently posted a video where she showed some charms, heavy, chunky purse charms that she made, and she was selling in her shop. I went to her shop. I picked up 2 charms, 2 sets. Aren't these gorgeous? This beautiful green, and these are chunky, guys. Super chunky, beautifully done. Love the color. And I also picked up this gorgeous mermaid one. Isn't it beautiful? Beautiful. So what I will be doing is the winner of these tags will also get one of these chunky purse danglers, beads. I'm going to also link her Etsy shop down below so that you can check her out. So it's always good to support each other, and these are absolutely gorgeous. So I will link MC Beads and her Etsy shop down below so that you can check her out. So there you have it. If you'd like to win one of these tags together with one of these bead danglers, then be a subscriber. Leave a comment down below. And if this is your first time visiting me and you haven't subscribed yet, I would truly appreciate it if you did and came back to visit me. And finally, if you like this video, please thumbs up. That's really helpful and it really means a lot to me too. Thank you so much for watching, my friends. I truly do appreciate it. And don't forget, come back next week to see project for week 2. And also next week, I will announce the winners of my tags and these gorgeous bead charms from MC Beads. Until next time, my friends. Bye-bye.